Good morning, my dear LinkedIn connections. If you've stumbled across this video this fine Wednesday morning, it might be because you read the caption. Did the job actually get done properly? Can I show this to the client? And are my teams where they're supposed to be? Which gives me an idea that you're running your own professional cleaning business and might at some point have wondered what is CleanManager actually all about, which is why I'm actually making this turbo demo. I usually have about 5 to 7 online demos every week where I meet with directors and showcase the system in detail. Today, however, we will do the turbo version to see if it's actually something that you could use or not. And afterwards, you can feel free to book a actual demo with me where we can go into a bit more detail and see if this could work for your operations. However, I'll just get cracking. In the background, you can see what I like to describe as the heart of CleanManager, the system itself, the scheduling part. Here we have the individual jobs for the individual cleaners. We can see that Ryan has all of these jobs for the University of London and for MS Holiday Let. Thomas has all of these, also the University of London, and for the gym group in Manchester. A total of 21 and a half working hours for Ryan and a total of 28 for Thomas. But maybe Ryan has called in sick for tomorrow, so we might want to take his jobs and redistribute them to Thomas. So we could take this, simply drag it into Thomas's calendar. We say save, and now the job has been redistributed and is in Thomas's calendar. And this is a quick way of actually doing rota planning because you need to be flexible and adapt quickly. And this is what we think is a great solution for this. What I'll do now is show you what a regular day could look like for a cleaner in your operations. If your cleaner has the app on their phone and press this show workday, they can see all the individual jobs they have on the day. They can only see one day at a time to make it as simple as possible. If we go into the jobs and see this little geopin icon, Philip, who we are logged in as right now, would get a direct route to where the clean is actually supposed to happen. This could be handy if it's his first time visiting the site. Maybe he just forgot, maybe he's new, who knows. Then we have this little info box. Here I've stored some basic information about the client that I think would be valuable for Philip to have access to. Could be some basic info or a generic comment about the customer. Maybe you want to make Philip aware that this customer has a wish of you locking the door every time you go, pull out the rock, something like that. Could be anything. Then we have this little padlock icon. If we click on that, you can see that in order to actually access this property, we need to find a key box that is supposed to be right next to the main entrance. And if we want to see the code for the key box, we can press the little eye icon and can see that the code is 1234. And this should eliminate quite a few calls coming from your cleaners to the office, because now they can just open the app and see, oh, the key is under the pottery outside, or it's right next to the red door, or something like that. If I go a bit further, we have these other four tabs: resources, plans, products, and reports. First one, resources. I've put in some info that I think would be valuable for Philip to have access to. Could be a floor plan of the building. Maybe you want to illustrate where you actually enter. Could be a safety data sheet. Maybe you want to make sure that Philip knows this job contains some specific chemicals and there is a risk of corrosion, so remember to bring your special equipment. Could also be a video tutorial guide, maybe for training new staff. There are also the cleaning plans. Here I've made a bespoke cleaning plan to this site specifically. Here the cleaner would need to ventilate, empty the bins, wipe the blackboards with this blue dry cloth, and wipe the contact surfaces with this red wet cloth. And the reason we color code these is because we want to make sure that we don't cross-contaminate anything and keep the, let's say, blue cloths in the kitchen area only and the green cloths in the toilet area only, and so on and so forth. These you can make bespoke to the very site, of course. Then we have products. Here Philip can see that he has access to one floor polish, two Ajax kitchen cleans, and three germ destroyers. This might alert Philip because one floor polish might not be enough to actually keep on doing his job. So he could press order and actually request more product from the admin. which means that he would not link directly to the Ajax homepage or something like that, but you would get a request in your admin module saying Philip is requesting more stock. I will not do that now, however. Then we have the last tab that says reports. Here you can see all the reports that have been filled out for this location previously, but instead of doing that now, I would much rather do one with you live. So the next thing the cleaner does is press start task. He is on site. Now he's being asked to scan a NFC tag. This is only for commercial properties with his phone. It works like this. I have made a short video about it where you simply arrive on site, take your phone, find the sticker that's supposed to be on site already. Then you clock into the job. And now, from a admin point of view, you'll be able to see that the cleaner is actually on site when they say they are. We do this for quite a few reasons. One being that it's not GPS, because we have experienced that some cleaners find it a bit invasive or intimidating to run around with a GPS in their pocket. It's also quite draining for the phone battery. And especially when you go to very remote locations, GPS just won't cut it, because if you have bad signal, you will not get the correct clocking in and out times. With these chips, however, you will get the correct clocking in and out times if you're cleaning in the deepest, darkest forest or in the, I don't know, in the basement, wherever it might be. So Philip finds the little sticker, scans it with his phone camera. Let's do that right now. Okay, we'll do it without my sticker right now because apparently I brought the wrong one. Now we are clocked in, and we know now for certain that Philip is actually on site when he says he is. Now Philip can do his thing. Maybe he wants to fill out a new report. So we say fill out new report, select where is this actually taking place. It's the gym group. Select the right sublocation because you might have one client with several different sublocations. So select the right template and select who's actually doing it. That's going to be Philip in this instance. Then we just say, all right, were the toilet bowls good? Were the doors bad? I have made it with this dissatisfied, satisfied, very satisfied. You don't necessarily have to do that. I made this text myself. You could also just make it as a checklist or however you think is the best. But let's say that it's a office clean, right? And Philip has just arrived on site, and the first thing he sees is this major coffee stain on the floor. And that's not his doing, so he wants to document that. We press the little picture icon, say take a picture. Now I'm just gonna snap a picture of my floor here, hit OK. Then we say something like coffee stain on floor, hit save. And now this picture is attached to this specific audit with a timestamp and everything. But other than that, Philip just keeps on doing the audit. We're kind of going to speed run through this. So I suppose right now Philip is the fastest cleaner in history. Finish it off with a comment if there's something to comment on. Other than that, we want to finish it off with a signature. This audit only has one signature, but you could make it up to 4. Maybe you want to sign it, maybe you want the client to sign it, depends on your operations. And since I am Simon and not Philip and I'm not into fraud, I'm gonna do my own signature. So we put in SJ, hit OK. And at this point, Philip can either save the audit for internal use or actually send it directly to the client by email or text message. Right now, we're just gonna save it, however. But other than that, Philip is doing his thing. He has done his job. He is finished. So we press end task, say next, end that. If we go back into show workday, now we can see the task we just completed. It's done, it's finished. It has this slightly pale color, meaning Philip can move on to the next job. And that's really the workflow that we want to promote. Finish one thing and go on to the next. If you, from your admin point of view, go into check-ins, you'll be able to see, okay, at 10:44, Philip actually clocked in manually with his app right here, and then he clocked back out again 2 minutes later. And that will give you a knowledge, meaning that Philip is actually on site when he says he is, because he needs to be on site in order to actually scan the little stickers. And then There is just so much more to the system, but that's really the most basic thing when it comes to actually clocking in and out and doing quality audits along with before and after pictures. I suppose I'll also very quickly showcase the client portal because you can also grant your clients access to the portal, to the system. Here, this is a client portal for the gym group, the one we just had a look at. We can see, all right, at 9:46, someone completed a quality audit that was done by Philip. They can see their schedule, they can see the cleaning plans for the sites, they can see the audits, like the one that we just did. Let's see if it has the one with the coffee stain on the floor. It does, with a timestamp and everything, meaning if the client calls you a week from now and says, why weren't you on site when you were supposed to be? You can simply pull up the logs and showcase, well, we were actually on site when we were supposed to. And that's usually where the complaining stops. Because if you have the documentation in place, you are fairly safe. You also uh, have the option of granting them access to key information. They could send you a message directly through the system. They can see contact details for individuals. Maybe they want to get in touch with the supervisor who did the audit. Maybe they want to get in touch with the admin, and so on and so forth. If any of this has made any interest, whatever, please feel free to give me a call, write me a message, do whatever you think is the best, and we'll take it from there. Other than that, I hope every one of you has a lovely, wonderful day. Cheers.